Alright guys, first I'm going to start out with putting some leave-in conditioner into my hair. This is the Suave detangling mist, I believe it is, but it's part of the all natural collection, and I'm just going to be working that throughout my entire head, and then I'm going to go into parting. For this look, I'm going to be doing 2 ponytails, so I'm going to need to part my hair straight down the middle. And with this, it's actually pretty hard to kind of part curly hair sometimes because there's always one strand that just doesn't want to be together. And I also normally, when I do the back, I just try and feel and make sure that it's right. But I mean, everyone's going to be looking at the front of your head for the most part, so does it really matter if the back is parted crazy or not? Who knows? Now I'm just spraying a little bit more and making sure that I've saturated all the areas because my edge control, which is, I'm going to be using the Truedge today. That one doesn't normally dry out my hair, but sometimes edge controls do. And I just took a little whiff of it. I believe this is the pineapple flavor, but it smells so good. It's by Nicka K, and it's like a new product by them. I mean, it's a little bit old by now, but it's relatively new, and it smells so good, and it's actually really good to slick my hair. I usually use the Style Factor Edge Booster, but today I really wanted to, put this product to the test. So I'm just applying a good amount of it throughout my hair and then brushing it in to kind of slick my hair. I do notice that it doesn't have a super sticky texture like the Style Factor Edge Booster. That one is really sticky, and this one is more, it's not gel-like, it's definitely stickier than a gel, but it just feels more creamy and kind of more moisturizing, if that makes any sense. But I used some thick hair ties and I got that first ponytail in. I'm just gonna fluff it out a little bit, and then we're gonna move on to the other side, pretty much doing the same exact thing. Alright, now that we've got those 2 ponytails in, I'm just going to use this soft bristle brush to brush out some baby hairs. This is the way that I normally like to do it instead of just doing the baby hairs first, because sometimes I'll pull out too much and it'll just look a little wild. So with this method, I can just kind of use my hand to hold down those longer hairs and kind of brush out the shorter ones, just so I'm actually getting what you would consider to be my baby hairs. Then for my process, I like to slick the baby hairs down straight on my face and then swoop them. I just find that this works better for me, and yeah. Now I'm gonna take my rat tail comb. It's a very fine tooth. You can use this, or sometimes I do use an edge brush, but I find that they get really gunky very easily, and I just don't have time to keep cleaning a brush every 2 days, So I'm just kind of finding naturally where my edges want to swoop, and just kind of doing a chase method with my finger just to make sure that I'm really sticking them down to my head so that they will stay. Now, the thing about my baby hairs is that I kind of have different amounts on each side, so when I am doing them on this side, they look perfect, they look cute, they look beautiful. But then when we go over to this side, we got that one's a little bit of a struggle one. That middle one, she's struggling a little bit. But I'm trying to make them as even as I possibly can. That doesn't always happen. Just as long as they're fairly close, you're good. Then I always pull out my sideburns because I love a little sideburn action with some baby hairs. It just really helps frame up my face. Now I'm going to take a wrap strip and set them down while I do a little bit of makeup. and I'll be back when I'm ripping it off. Give you a little bit of ASMR. Alright, now that that part is over, this is the finalized look, and I just want you guys to like and subscribe. I love you, thank you.